What's up, everybody? This is Galen Rupp, and you're watching hdRunners.
And the gun is fired. Championship racing at Glen de Vere in Portland, Oregon.
My body hit a wall. It was something I haven't felt before.
And Young is broken at the top of the hill. Wow. What a day for Aaron Sahlman of Newbury Park.
Arriving.
Yeah, arriving, right?
Oh, how cool is this little camera?
We did a good shakeout run, me and 10 other guys. We're all good friends now. It's been so much fun. Everyone here is so nice and so much fun. We even had a group chat before this of all the guys who made it here. And so we're so excited. We're gonna finally meet up with each other. We had so much fun. Yeah, we just hung out pretty much this entire day, and then we had our run together at the World headquarters. I mean, it's such a fun experience, and I feel so blessed to be one of the very few people who actually get to experience this.
Yeah!
I talked to him before saying, I wish you could make it. He said he wished you could too. And then just when they pulled up and I saw Colin, it was just, I was shocked. It gave me a little bit more energy just to see him.
Let's go!
So pretty outside, love the trees, the weather was perfect. I think we've had a whole season of tons of meets and a whole summer and fall of training, and we're just really excited for one last hurrah, go out with a bang this season.
Our defending national champion, Newbury Park. When they arrived in the town, there were only 6 of them on the flight. Reason, Deb Doshi got quite sick during the week, could not get out of bed one of the days earlier in the week, arrived late on the night of opening night here when the teams arrived. And since then, he's been in his own room quarantined to try and make sure he recovers without having sort of sickness spread within the team. I just got a report from one of the Youngs this morning, spoke with Lex Young real quick. He said David's making a, quote, miraculous recovery. He's doing quite well. We'll see. They're hoping he can do his usual thing, and if so, on paper, there is no one that can run with Newbury Park.
The #1 team from California, the NXN champs in 2019, led by Lex Young, Will Young, and Aaron Sahlman up front. This is Newbury Park. This is Livermore. San Clemente. This is Great Oak, Temecula.
Newbury Park, the defending champions, they are in this race. Nico Young is the defending champion. He will have to cheer on his siblings to see if the Young run can continue here in 2022, the first time since 2019 that we brought all of these talented individuals and teams together in Portland for Nike Cross Nationals.
You have 3 guys on a team at Newbury Park, a 148-800 guy, a 4-flat miler, and a 1343-5000. That's a good college team. And this is a high school team at Newbury Park, and Tanya Brosnan.
Thought that for sure it was going to be Lex Young that got the win. I was pretty confident that they would be able to pull that off, even amongst the competition from across the country, which I know there were a handful of other really good guys out there. I know what they're capable of, and I see the workouts that they do, and they were ready for this.
Newbury Park has not run a full squad most of the year. I like the way this Southern Oregon team is shaping up. I think Gorzea is about to have a great race. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to have that short stick with Gorzea up front, and then their other athletes know how to get it done.
Going into NXN, we were feeling good, you know. Nothing was like inherently like going wrong. It was just, I think once we got there, I think the race itself was really just like an example of when things don't go how you plan.
I think Lex Young is obviously the man to beat, but it's not the slam dunk you might think. And so it's going to be really interesting to see. And I think, as we discussed before, how this race unfolds is going to be super, super interesting.
Let's go, Desmond! Let's go, Temecula!
Aaron Sahlman of Newbury Park is out to the early lead here, so it'll be intriguing to see how Newbury Park plays this, because they've got the talent to really work as a team up here in front. Sahlman's going to try to drive the early pace, 2:15.
So we talk about the Youngs, but Sahlman is a heck of a runner. And speaking of the Youngs, I think in essence, what Lex Young said is enough of this nonsense. I'm going to go to the front, and Leo, come with me. And that's exactly what's happening.
It's a tough mission that we were trying to execute on, you know. I think going into the race, we were planning on trying to lead the whole thing and throwing some really difficult surges to try and drop everyone. But it was, I think we underestimated the competition.
Now you see them go through the mile mark, just a little bit back of the leaders here. So
4:33, Paul. They are hauling butt out there.
It proved to be more difficult and more tolling to our bodies leading the race into the wind than we thought going into it.
Is the Young brothers, 1 and 2, Gorzea, and Kipyego.
And then Aaron Sahlman, Paul. They got 3 of the top 5. And a shout out, by the way, to Tanya Brosnan. When people thought that when Sean Brosnan left to go to UCLA, this program would crater. Hardly.
As far as Lex and Leo, their race goes, they executed the race plan I told them to do, which was to go out and push the race and keep pushing it, push these guys and drop them. And they did that, and I think they pushed even more than I was asking, though.
Now working alongside Sahlman as they went up that little rise. You can see the pace that Young's trying to insert into this race right now. Takes a look behind his left shoulder, but not breaking away from the full pack yet.
We were pushing it hard, and then some people kind of just like let go a little bit. Like I noticed, I think that was when Lex was really starting to feel the repercussions. But I noticed, and I looked behind me, and like no one was like right next to me, and I was like, oh well, I can't really live this down. Like I gotta commit to this. So I just kept. So I tried to go a little bit faster, and I was building a gap. And at that point, where you were approaching about 4 kilometers, I had a pretty good size gap on a lot of the pack. That was really tough. I think it was around 4K, and it just felt like my body like hit a wall. Like it was pretty sudden. Like I think as soon as we started going up that tight turn, I started to feel really weak and really just lactic. Like it was something I haven't felt before in previous races, and that was tough for me because it was like it felt like my body was like like giving up on me, and it was at that point I was just like, oh my God, what is happening?
Leo Young had a illness last year, so didn't have a full track season. So were he to hang on here, this would really be a satisfying victory for him, having a truncated season coming off a couple COVID years.
So 1K to go now in this boys championship race.
It wasn't really until you dip down the hill, until you go like downhill coming right into 400 meters to go, which is like where those like tabletop hills are, that like my body really started to like shut down.
and you see Leo's starting to struggle a little bit right here, and Sahlman's less than 3 seconds closing hard.
Oh, and he's attacking the hill so much harder, and Young is broken at the top of the hill. Wow. What a change of events here in the final stretches. Gorzy attacking that hill as well, but into the final chute.
What a race. What a race.
He ran every one of those hills this way, attacking it.
Well, he sprinted at the start to the lead, and he sprints at the end to the victory. What a day for Aaron Sahlman of Newbury Park.
He saw that his teammates weren't having the race they wanted, and he stepped up and covered that ground. He stepped up and covered where someone else was faltering. And I mean, that's what a team has to do. That's what a championship team has to do. When somebody doesn't have their best day, you have to step up and cover that ground, no matter who it is.
Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
Still, it's kind of hard to process. I did not expect that, but you know, that kid's got a lot of fight in him. That's, oh my God. Good job, Aaron. I love you.
So I wore my brother's dragonflies from last year when he got the record, and he won nationals. So it was definitely just the shoes. It was the shoes all the way.
It's amazing. He did it.
He did it, that's right. Go, baby!
Overall, I think the biggest thing was just how to run a championship style race. I don't think we should have tried to lead it so much. I think we should have tried to just kind of relax and settle in a little bit more and share the pacing duties with some other guys.
We should have been more confident in our finishing abilities to let ourselves do that.
I just think putting those surges on the way they did at multiple stages throughout the race and just really giving it more of a push than they probably needed to at those points, it got to them at the end. They took it all out of their legs. They did not have it finishing. Aaron ran a really smart race. You know, he takes it out hard like he always does, and then he settles back in, and he stayed right there, and then he starts working up his way towards the front again, towards the end of the race, and he played it perfectly. I mean, he surged when he needed to get up with with his teammates, and then when he saw, you know, Leo faltering, he went for it, and I've never seen him look so strong, actually.
Can you do the gritty? Can you do the gritty for us?
I no idea how the switch happened. They just didn't have their day today, which is normal, but I don't know. I've just been feeling good. I felt good at state. I PR'd at state.
What's going through your mind as you see the finish line?
Oh, I thought I could actually win this because I was in the front. I didn't want to look back because it slows you down, and I just started looking to the side to see if shadows were catching me, and I didn't see any.
So the last 4 years, the greatest dynasty we've seen at this level, Newbury Park, and we've seen them now with 3 national champions. Incredible. Here is your 2022 national champion, Aaron Sahlman of Newbury Park.
I knew he was going to have a good one because beforehand he was telling me how good he feels, and when he feels good, he's on it.
Aaron Sahlman's time under these conditions, 14:44.5, is phenomenal, okay? That's number one. Number two, we haven't talked about Sahlman's brother, Colin, who was the high school athlete of the year, named by Track and Field News just this month. So you're taking 3 young brothers, Nico, American junior record holder, Leo, Lex, everything, Colin Sahlman, and the one guy out of those 5 that was the least heralded wins this race, and that's Aaron Sahlman. Newbury Park really did a number today.
We always said you need to be able to win without your number one. And with, you know, Lex and Leo not performing the way they wanted to, but still performing well, we didn't even lose a number one. And even if you did look at the results, if we did take out our number one, who happened to be Aaron Sahlman this time around, we still would have won.
we knew that we won as a team, and like that's such an incredible feeling because this is something that you hardcore focused, like you've been working towards that since June. Like, the culture and stuff, that starts so far in advance. I mean, that's something that's been building for years, is the culture on a team that can allow it to win. And so seeing the culmination of that in one race in one day, really in a span of 15 minutes, is just awesome. And I know even though Lex and I weren't able to be up on the podium right away for the announcements, Lex was like dead in the medical tent. I had just come out because like I was like really nauseous. Yeah, they were doing the team announcements as I was trying to get up on the stage, but like I swear if I had 30 more seconds I could have been there. But it was still so cool to see them holding the trophy, and then eventually I got up there and I held it with them. You know, winning a team championship with something that significant and that special, that's so contended for, that can't be replaced, and it's a feeling that it's really special.
Team-wise, no surprise, 4 years of domination, Newbury Park of California.
Always started with as the Anchor Award. It is the highest placing 5th runner on a team. Newbury Park is Aaron Cantu.
Go Cantu!
It's a long one. You know, anchors usually run a little faster.
I did not look at the back half of the course. I looked at the map. In reality, there was this ginormous hill back there, so beware if you get here next year, like, scope that out.
The spikes that are like the triangle ones, do not wear just normal like big spikes. The one that are like black with the little spike on them, wear those.
All the good lucks and good jobs right there. Probably a couple hundred messages.
This is the NXN neon-themed party. We'll give you the hdRunners perspective on what it's like. It's kind of crazy, so let's see.
I don't think I've like completely processed it yet. I think, I don't know, it's definitely really honoring and exciting, and I don't know, it's a confidence booster.
Never count yourself out. You always got to believe. As long as you give your best, you know, and you execute, you're never going to be disappointed in the result.